A 3-ton rhino snorts dust, ears flat, horn dipped like a dagger. Ranger laughs, says he's bluffing. Next heartbeat, he's airborne, 22 feet high, GoPro spinning like a disco ball. 43 seconds later, the camera hits mud and keeps rolling. What crawls out of that riverbed ain't on any checklist, and it's wearing the rhino like last year's Halloween costume. Buck lived, the rhino didn't, and whatever's left is still hungry. Hit play if you got the guts. Now roll the tape. No cuts, no breathing room. This stretch of the Zambezi don't even got a real name no more. Locals just call it Gwai Bend, Shona for where the river forgets its own damn name. 300 years the BaTonga been fishing these croc-infested eddies, trading hippo ivory, telling campfire stories about everything that bites. Never once did they mention a rhino that walks on knuckles. Standard black rhino track? 12 inches, 3 toes, cute little heart-shaped heel. July 15th, Buck's blood still steaming in the dirt when his tracker Jonas kneels down and damn near swallows his tongue. Prints 29 inches wide, heel split open like a catcher's mitt, toe drag running backward. Whatever made it was sprinting on all fours, then stood up tall to wave hello. Park brass slaps a quick label on it, poacher with a fake mold, case closed, grab a beer. Except 3 nights later, every goat in the Riverside crawl vanishes. Poof, no blood, just collars dangling from thorn trees like wind chimes made of heartbreak. Elder Miriam, face carved out of teak and bad decisions, spits tobacco juice and says, Granddaddy called it Chirombo. Ain't rhino, ain't hippo, it's a thief that borrows skins. When the moon eats itself, Chirombo goes shopping. Eclipse night, August 8th, sky turns bruise purple. Buck, still limping from the first toss, volunteers for night patrol cause desk duty in Harare sounds like a slow death. He wants round 2. He gets a nightmare with teeth. Body cam shakes like a paint mixer. Buck's whisper crackles. Jonas, you clocking this heat sig? That ain't buffalo, that's a damn pickup truck with legs. Thermal blob goes ice cold right where the heart should be. Jonas screams, fall back, my fawn. Radio rips in half, wet canvas tear, then nothing but wind. 43 seconds of pure darkness. No video, just audio straight from hell. You hear Buck's rifle bark 3 times, sparks pinging off something that drinks light. Then the scream, his, not human, like a coyote learning French. Last thing on the mic, a wet pop, and Buck laughing, actually laughing, right before the flare ignites. Here's where the tape skips, but the jungle don't. Buck comes pinwheeling through the air again, this time clutching a road flare hotter than a Texas summer. He shoves it down the beast's throat like he's stuffing a turkey. 4,000 degrees of magnesium turns Chirombo into a jack-o'-lantern full of napalm. For one heartbeat, you see the real face behind the rhino mask. Too many elbows, eyes like spilled oil, smiling with Buck's own teeth. Thing shrugs off the rhino skin like a cheap coat, steps out raw and wet, joints popping backward. Keeps coming. Flare sputters, dies. Total silence except the river laughing at all of us. Buck wakes up 3 miles downstream, tangled in fishnets, taste of rust in his mouth, and no memory of swimming. BaTonga fishermen drag him out at sunrise, don't ask questions, just hand him a hippo bone spear still warm from the grindstone. That afternoon, the village smells like war, charcoal, cobra venom, and grandma's grief. Miriam paints every doorpost with a paste that stinks of lost babies. She says Chirombo hates 3 things: mirrors, its own reflection, and the smell of a mama that ain't done crying. Night falls hard. Villagers string GoPros to buffalo shields, streaming straight to a satellite dish hid inside a termite mound. If Chirombo wants fresh skins, let the whole damn internet be its mirror. Tripwires made of piano wire and cowbells ring in Fibonacci sequence, enough to give a math nerd a migraine. Creature circles, tests one bell, tilts its head like it's listening to jazz it don't like. Pit traps lined with emergency blankets, shiny side up. Chirombo charges its own reflection, skids, hesitates half a heartbeat. That's all the hunters need. Winch cables snap tight, hoist the nightmare upside down. 50 gallons of fermented marula beer and battery acid get funnel poured down its screaming gullet. Ain't poison, it's baptism. Acid eats the stolen skins from the inside out. Whatever's underneath starts molting in sheets, shrinking fast. Pickup truck, man, child, a knot of wet licorice. Miriam leans in, soft as Sunday morning, whispers, "Go back to the moon, little thief." They fold the knot into a clay pot, seal it with wax and the rhino's own busted horn, bury it under the chief's hut at high noon when shadows are too short to lie. Satellite pings go cold. No heat, no heartbeat, nothing. 6 months later, Buck's nursing a warm beer in a Livingston bar, one eye gone milky. Bartender asks what he saw. Buck grins like a man who lost a bet with God and says, "Some things gotta stay borrowed, partner." Drone pulls back over Gwy Bend at twilight. Fresh rhino tracks, normal size, 3 perfect toes, walking away from the village. Tourists snap selfies with the tame bulls now, but every night the BaTonga still set an extra plate at dinner, empty, facing the river, just in case whatever's wearing the dark gets hungry again. Cracked GoPro still down there in the mud, battery blinking 1%. Lens catches the moon, catches your face upside down, smiling with too many teeth. Sweet dreams, y'all. Sleep tight. The river don't forget, and neither does Chirombo.